or get crazy with the old guy.
The whole world is crazy, man. Man, women today are crazy, man. My wife, y'all don't know my wife, but my wife is crazy, man. You ever eat cheese doodles? Cheese doodles are crazy.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88, back again with another episode for you. I wanted to do a quick podcast before I headed off to work. Just getting ready for my new, transitioning from my new job, which I start next week. And I'm just going to clean up a whole lot of shit. Download some files that I want to take back, that I want to keep, just in case I have to come back to this bitch. Which I won't. But you never know these days, so that's why I don't burn any bridges with any of my jobs, unless I don't really like working at that bitch. But fuck it. Wanted to do a quick podcast in response to that online chat session headed up by News One. It was one of those black feminists, Feminista Jones, I think. I don't know who that bitch is, but they were pushing this whole street harassment, telling black men to leave black women alone by not talking to them on the street. Now, this is new to me, because that they're pushing this agenda. Because let me explain something to you. If you live in the hood, of course you're gonna have some dusty nigga trying to follow you home, or follow you to the train station trying to holler at you. It's not a guy like me, because we don't do that shit. I don't do that shit. I don't mess with anybody on the street. But this is geared towards locking dusty niggas up. And particularly somehow black men like myself are gonna get caught up in the bullshit. It's really bullshit, to really be honest with you. Okay? It's bullshit. It's a waste of time. And it just shows that these black women don't have any other causes or anything better else to do with their time besides have a get together to talk shit about black men with other lesbians, with black lesbians and man-hating black women. See, I did a podcast a couple of days ago about the day of the mammy is over. You're not going to have white men, in particular, protecting you black women. The penalties for assaulting a black woman is not going to be, it's going to be eradicated. It already has been eradicated. Because a long time ago, this officer would have been on probation, would never have been suspended on administrative leave. Guy would have been suspended without pay, pending an investigation. See, there would have been a penalty for what he did. Same thing with that punk ass white supremacist who up in Dearborn Heights, Michigan, Renisha McBride, who shot that sister, it blew her head off, just for knocking on her door at 4 in the morning because she's seeking help. Now, I've heard many of y'all opinions on that situation and I never got a chance to comment on. I did a podcast on it, but I just never posted it because I ain't had time. But I might post it up to give you my views at that time. But which pretty much hasn't changed since that incident happened. Now I feel sorry for the sister. There should have been a riot up in Detroit or Dearborn Heights. That man should have been instantly charged with murder or manslaughter because this punk ass didn't call the police. He took matters into his own hands and killed somebody and possibly going to get away with it. I've been seeing a lot of crazy shit where there's crimes against black men and black women and black children, particularly one up in Milwaukee, where this white man came out of his house and shot this black boy in cold blood because he was so psychotic. They claim he was psychotic and thought that this boy was robbing his house or broke into his house. So his response was to go out and get a gun and shoot this boy in cold blood. And none of y'all niggas did anything. None of y'all stood around and did nothing. No, none of your black feminists did anything. Where was the black feminists? See, y'all sit around taking up bullshit causes like exposing the dusty niggers out there, or dusty and bum ass niggers who ain't got nothing better else to do. I can just walk outside when I'm walking to work or coming home from work. I see these dusty ass niggas standing in front of the subway station trying to holler at the women coming home from work. Now, this has been going on for years, longer than I've been alive, actually. Where dusty niggas trying to holler at chicks in the street, on the subway. A lot of y'all punk ass bitches fall for that game. This is what my relative was talking to me about how these niggers manage to get pussy. They have the confidence to go talk to every last woman that they see. They just holler at every woman that they see. They play the percentage. It ain't no damn secret. And he managed to find some dumbass bitch that fall for that game, and then turn around when that bitch gets used up. Then she want to turn around and say black men ain't shit. Or gets pregnant by this nigga. She's gonna want to turn around and say black men ain't shit. Black men don't take care of your kids. Black men don't do. No, bitch. You just a stupid ass bitch who fell for a game from a dusty nigga, or a prison nigga. And that's another thing. I gotta tell you this story about how my relative was telling me this story about this so-called educated black woman who fell for the charms of a prison nigga. Married a prison nigga. Remember, like the one, like that dumbass bitch out in England who flew halfway across the country, flew to another country to be with some white prison nigga. Okay, a prison nigga, not an electrical engineer. Not a lawyer, not even a garbage collector. No, a prison nigga. Okay, not a decent, not even a decent, responsible black man or white man. Because I don't really see. Here's the thing: how I believe feel about interracial marriages, okay? Or interracial dating. And I never did a podcast on it, but personally, if you're over 21, if you're over 18, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to. If you want to give your pussy to some white man, whatever. If you want to give some dick to some white woman, I don't give a fuck. That ain't my business, and I don't care. Nobody, at the end of the day, 99% of the population don't really give a fuck who you sleep with, who you marry. Okay? But the niggas that I have a problem with is that when they do get that white man or that white woman, they want to take shots at black folks. Okay? Like that beyond black and white. This is where you black feminists should be, should be taking you're bringing your cause to websites like that. Well, actually, those are black feminists. Excuse me. I take that back. Those are black feminists. Because that's my idea of a black feminist, is somebody that attacks black men. They don't go after white men. They go after black men. And let me tell you something. The day of black feminism is over. Will soon end as well. Because let me tell you something. The white supremacist society, that half-breed, big-eared, that big-eared, half-breed president of ours, who have homosexual tendencies because he tends to side with those gay babies. His reign of terror is going to come to an end real soon, people. And it's going to be open season for us. I'm just letting you know that. So it really doesn't matter if you try to say... See, people tried to tell me what feminism is, the definition of feminism was all about. Was white women going after white, trying to bring down white men and white men's supremacy. Okay, which somewhat worked in a way. But let me tell you something, at the end of the day, they have each other. At the end of the day, you don't have a lot of white women saying white men ain't shit. Okay? But I hear a whole lot of women saying black men ain't shit. And I hear a whole lot of black men saying black women ain't shit. And I'm a black man, and 90% of black women ain't shit anyway. And I'm certain 90% of black men ain't shit. That's why you got the idiots breeding with the idiots. That's why you got dusty ass niggas managing to get with these so-called educated black women. Okay? Which, if it was the dominant society, you would never have seen that in the dominant society. Okay? You're never going to see well-to-do educated white women going out with some white trash hillbilly. You're never going to see that. I'm sorry. But keep in mind, people, the day of the black feminist will soon end. And when it does end, you're not going to have black men around to save your ass. Because you already did a good job emasculating us. Okay? Feminizing the black men, turning them into gay babies and trannies. And then when we walk down the street and see these punk ass faggots, okay, they have a problem with me because I'm actually a heterosexual man. Okay? They're jealous of me because I'm a real man who likes pussy. See, black feminists, your priorities are out of order when you start doing when you start exposing to the world that this is the problem in the black community is street harassment. That's the major problem dealing with black women today, is some dusty niggas trying to holler at you in the middle of the street. And you're about to set yourself up to be exposed and unprotected. Because when you do something stupid like this, and you're not going out after that CHP officer who beat that black woman down in the middle of the highway like an MMA fighter, or you're not going after that Arizona State University officer, police officer, that punk ass white supremacist that threw that college sister who happens to be a college university professor there, who happens to be an employee of Arizona State, okay, threw her down to the ground and arrested her for disorderly conduct just because she didn't have her ID on her, okay, and was being aggressive and nasty and unprofessional about it. You didn't go after them, but you're going after some dusty ass niggas and wasting your valuable time doing this when there's other causes that you can go after. You know, your punk black feminists are punks, are punk ass bitches, cowardly bitches who have nothing, who are willing to attack another black man, not educating, not correcting, but attacking another black man for being a man, and going after and including the dusty niggas as being a black man in this country. You are a coward, but you're not willing to go after these white men, okay, who have no problem, you know, putting their hands on a black woman. Like what happened at Cracker Barrel down in Detroit, down in Atlanta, down in Georgia. Not many people heard of that story. Cracker Barrel, where this sister who happens to be a servicewoman went into Cracker Barrel back around 2009. Her name, this sister's name was Tasha Hill. And he was walking out of the door, and this punk ass white supremacist was walking in the door and hit her with the door as he was coming into the store. Now this sister said, "Excuse me, watch it. I'm with my daughter." And then he proceeded to cuss her out and then punched her right dead in the face and beat her down in front of her daughter. Subsequently, this white supremacist nigger was arrested and charged and convicted on assault charges. This was back in 2009, people. This is 2014. And the assaults on black women by white men is rising. The disrespect of black women from white men is on the rise. That wasn't no accident what Anthony Cumia did, was taking pictures and harassing this black woman, and then his punk ass went back on Twitter claiming that he's an animal and she's an animal and a savage. She deserved to be shot. This woman deserved it. She actually tweeted out her picture and stated that this woman deserved to be shot, deserved to be murdered over some bullshit that he caused. This is what a lot of white supremacists do. They start some shit up and then they end up acting like they're the victim. And they're doing this to you, black women, because you are too cowardly to check black women when they act out of pocket, when they act unfeminine, when they act stupid in the street, when they act like a fucking fool towards their own people, acting like complete assholes to black men. You are a coward, black feminists. And your day, the day of black feminism will soon end. And it's not going to work out in your favor. Well, listen, I got to get the fuck out of here. This is Talking Crazy. I might do a part 2 to this podcast. I might do one over the weekend. I might not. I don't know. But I'll be back with another podcast later on. This is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here, people.